Coming up on West Dakota Fox News at 9. After the loss of 2 beloved canine colleagues, the Bismarck Police Department is receiving an incredible gift. Plus, another round of cold weather is coming. But first, residents of Fox Island say not enough is being done to stop history from repeating itself.
This is West Dakota Fox News at 9 with Molly Martinez and meteorologist Henry Blakes. Your first news of the night starts right now on West Dakota Fox News at 9.
Good evening, I'm Molly Martinez. Tonight, a heated debate. Residents of Fox Island say a flood could strike at any moment and that not enough is being done to protect them. They say they know this from experience. Andrew Horn has more.
More than 50 people came out and filled this sanctuary behind me, talking about how this plan will keep their houses from flooding again.
What are you really protecting? You're spending all this money, and what are you really getting?
Fox Island's flood protection plan was passed with overwhelming support from the community.
As many people as possible should be protected by it, and we feel that going forward with this project will provide the majority of the residents down there the flood protection that they need.
Those on the wrong side of the levee project say they won't see that protection or cost savings.
What they're doing here is just a glorified curb that's on the north side of the road. We've done the same thing, only for a tenth or less of what it's costing right now.
Greg Larson with the Burleigh County Water Resource District says the project is larger than the community.
It protects almost everybody on Fox Island, plus it protects the city wastewater treatment plant, South Bismarck. It really closes the loop for this city-county protection.
He says he understands the objections, but the district is trying to do what's best for everyone.
Not everybody's going to be happy, and Mark Twain said it best when he said water's for fighting and whiskey's for drinking. So we're trying to please as many people as we can within the scope that we have.
Larson said because multiple levels have approved this plan, that's what they're most likely going to have going forward. Reporting in Bismarck, I'm Andrew Horn, West Dakota Fox.
Our other top story tonight, NDSU clinching the FCS championship. Bison fans from all around the state gathered this weekend to cheer on their team. This marks the 6th win of the championship in 7 years. In the process, they got revenge over James Madison, who took them out last year. Well, no championship is complete without merchandise, right? But getting your hands on some Bison gear might be tricky due to demand. Shields and Bismarck got a shipment of Bison National Championship gear on Sunday. According to one shopper, there are a couple options of t-shirts and sweatshirts to choose from.
We were online shopping the minute they won, and we're having a hard time finding some sites, so that's why we're at Shields.
The store is expecting a new shipment with more gear tomorrow. Let's throw it over to another champion, meteorologist Henry Blakes.
Hey, maybe a champion for some, others not so much, because we actually have a little bit of wet weather on radar for the moment.
Thank you very much. Henry, as you just mentioned, much of the Northeast will be seeing a relative warm-up following another stretch of bone-chilling cold. While some states saw extremely frigid temperatures, others are getting creative with a new onslaught of ice. Fox's Chris DeMio shows us.
The blast of Arctic air that engulfed portions of the East Coast this weekend, setting new record lows in Vermont and Maine. The temperature fell to -20 in Burlington, -11 in Portland. It was -2 in Boston, tying a record low set more than a century ago. A house in Dorchester that went up in flames was turned into an icy skeleton. Locals spent the better part of the weekend just digging out.
The first thing that goes to our mind is the car, and when we're going to have to dig it out.
Even animals are falling victim to the weather. Dead fish have been turning up in Florida, unable to handle the cold water temperatures. Wisconsin officials are investigating the suspected hypothermic death of an assisted living patient. The body of an 84-year-old was found outside the Faith Gardens facility just yards from the entrance. The chill in western New York caused waterfalls to freeze and a water fountain to turn into a so-called ice volcano. Wintry conditions were also used to make something beautiful near Minneapolis. Locals unveiled a massive ice castle this weekend. The colorful display showed off ice tunnels, fountains, slides, and towers.
A 35-year-old Bismarck man was arrested Friday for gross sexual imposition. Cody Schur has been charged for sexual assault, contributing to the deprivation or delinquency of a minor, and continuous sexual abuse of a child. Sergeant Mark Bushina from the Bismarck Police Department says there were reports of Schur inappropriately touching an underage girl numerous times. Police say the assaults are said to have happened approximately 6 to 7 times the last year when the man was intoxicated. Police in Fargo say they've discovered a man who's been missing since December 31st. Police say the body of Derek Jacobs was last seen on South University Drive in Fargo around 1:30 in the morning. Officers say they discovered him at his home. The incident is still under investigation, but police do not suspect any foul play. Back in Bismarck, a disturbing discovery. Burley County Sheriff's deputies say they got a call yesterday about a dead dog. When they arrived at the home, they found a trail of blood. Police say the dog was killed from a gunshot wound to the chest. Sheriff's deputies say a man on scene admitted to the killing, saying that he wanted to scare the dog. The man was not arrested. The case will now go to the state's attorney for review. Well, an incredible show of generosity tonight from one woman to the Bismarck Police Department. She's giving police $10,000 to help fill a void left behind last year. Reporter Daniela Hurtado explains.
Molly, good evening. The 70-year-old retired elementary school teacher, Peggy Dittburner, is eager to help. Now, how is she connected to Bismarck? Well, she has spent the last 5 summers volunteering right here at the Bismarck Police Department. Luna was one of the 2 canines that died last year. The first was retired canine Oscar, leaving the department with only 2. This left the Bismarck Police Department looking for options. A new police dog cost approximately $9,500.
We did not get authorized for a canine to replace or add a canine for this 2018 budget.
But in comes Peggy Dittburner, a woman from Arizona who loves animals and enjoys helping people.
I was just looking for another place that I could help out with animals and to get the most help that they help people.
She says she's very excited.
We'll probably give her some naming rights.
I've not had children, and I feel like I'm like an expected mother, I guess, first time in my life.
She says she looks forward to meeting the dog when she visits again this summer. The Bismarck City Commission will decide tomorrow whether or not to approve the $10,000 donation to the department. The department hopes to continue to grow their canine unit. Reporting in Bismarck for West Dakota Fox News at 9, I'm Daniela Hurtado.
A new proposed pipeline could have an effect on production here in North Dakota. The line would allegedly carry 240,000 barrels of natural gas from Montana to Kansas daily. Officials say the billion-dollar line would reduce wasteful flaring here in our state. The Elk Creek pipeline wouldn't come into North Dakota, but it would connect to existing pipelines in the northwestern part of the state. In commerce news, taxable sales in the state increased for the second quarter in a row following 2 years of decreases. That's largely in part to the prices of oil stabilizing. The prices are above $50 a barrel and even creeping into the 60s. That in turn means more rigs, and more rigs means more equipment and materials being bought and sold.
That's pipe, that's rigs, that's tanks, that's pump jacks. All of those are taxable. So the more exploration and production you have and those capital expenditures, the more taxable sales you have.
Rauschenberger says the taxable sales were very volatile over the last few years due to the rapid rise and fall of oil prices, but he expects things to be more stable in the future. Welcome back. Tonight, a frantic search for a missing pre-med student. 19-year-old Blaze Bernstein was last seen Tuesday near his parents' home in Lake Forest, California. Bernstein's parents say he left their home around midnight to meet a friend he'd been communicating with on social media. According to his parents, the rendezvous was at a local park. Rescue teams and drones have been combing the area ever since. A disturbing discovery in a quiet Raleigh, North Carolina neighborhood. On Saturday, a group of children playing by these woods stumbled across a body. Police believe the remains have been in the woods for quite some time. No identifications have been made. The cause of death is under investigation. A Houston-based sports journalist reported missing over the weekend has been found safe. Officers found 29-year-old Courtney Rowland under an overpass near the Houston Galleria Mall. Her disappearance quickly gained attention after her roommate reported a text from Rowland on Sunday saying she was being followed by a blue truck driven by a suspicious man she saw in a Walgreens store. Also in Texas, 4 people are dead, including 2 children, in an apparent murder-suicide at a hotel. Galveston police say they were called to the San Luis resort around 5 a.m. after guests heard reported popping sounds from one of the rooms. Cops discovered 4 people shot and dead inside. The victims were a 39-year-old man, a 37-year-old woman, and a 10- and 5-year-old boy. Police now reveal they believe the woman may have fired the fatal shots. Right now, firefighters in Massachusetts are battling this massive blaze. You can see the thick plumes of smoke and flames shooting out of the building. The fire broke out just before 4 today. It is unclear how many people live in the building, but police described it as a multi-family building. Details are still coming in, but officials say at least one person was taken to the hospital. The cause of the fire is unknown at this time. Former Republican presidential nominee Mitt Romney has undergone surgery for prostate cancer. The surgery reportedly took place over the summer at the University of California Irvine Hospital. Sources say the treatment was successful and Romney's prognosis is good. Now over to meteorologist Henry Blakes for a full look at our forecast.
Hey, just to give you a reminder, we are looking at least another day of nice weather.
In Washington, President Trump is pushing his administration's agenda forward, even as critics question his fitness for office in the wake of an explosive new book. Fox News correspondent Lauren Blanchard is in Washington with more.
Michael Wolff's explosive book about the Trump White House Fire and Fury tops Amazon's bestsellers list.
It's the National Enquirer on steroids.
The book questioning the president's fitness for office as administration officials try to discredit the author and the book.
He's just out trying to sell books, and it's a bunch of trash.
Meanwhile, the president back from a working weekend at Camp David pushing his agenda forward. Republicans saying President Trump is committed to an aggressive to-do list for 2018.
Infrastructure. We got to make sure that we're rebuilding America as America continues to grow. We look at the opioid epidemic across this country. Got to be able to solve that. Then most importantly, rebuilding our military.
Plus, lawmakers need to pass a budget by January 19th to avoid a federal government shutdown. The president asking Congress to approve $18 billion in funding to pay for his border wall. Plans Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi again called alarming. A deal also needs to be worked out in regards to illegal immigrants who arrived in the U.S. as children.
Look, Republicans are fully in control of every branch of government, and they can fix this problem if they want to. And it is incredibly unfair to these young people that were working here legally, going to school here legally.
Today, the president had planned to announce what he calls his fake news awards, but he tweeted he's pushing the date back to January 17th, citing high interest. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
From fire and fury to an actual fire. This was the scene at Trump Tower in New York City today. According to the fire department, the blaze broke out in a cooling center at the top of the roof. They say none of the smoke actually made it inside the building. The commander says tenants were told over an announcement system to stay in place. No injuries have been reported. Welcome back. Well, this year's Super Bowl Star-Spangled Banner will be red, white, and pink. The NFL announcing today that Pink will serenade the crowd with the national anthem. That'll be on February 4th in Minneapolis. She's not the only musical act in the game. Justin Timberlake is set to do the halftime show. Well, Starbucks has a latte to celebrate tonight. On Friday, a judge dismissed a lawsuit claiming that the company purposefully underfills drinks to cut costs. A U.S. district judge threw out the case, citing a lack of evidence. The judge also refusing to claim milk foam does not count towards the drink volumes in lattes and mochas, saying the foam is a, quote, crucial and expected ingredient in both cases. Well, a very chill hotel is getting a warm reception in Russia. Check out this new igloo hotel at Sochi Olympic Park. It's the first of its kind. Everything is made of ice, including the bed and non-working fireplace. The owners say a special sandwich system guarantees you won't freeze. The igloo can accommodate 2 to 6 people. The hotel reportedly boasts a swimming pool with a thermal shower and a canteen. You know, Henry, I think we're all one broken furnace away from having that just be our house.
Yeah, most definitely. Especially we got that precipitation mainly south of the Bismarck area, wave pushing through, and that'll continue to push southeast. We got snow, yes, in Ashley and Wishick, where you've got the colder air, so some light accumulation possible there. But we will be waking up Tuesday morning to temperatures near 20 degrees, light wind out of the south 5 to 10, and highs near 40 degrees. But those temperatures are only good for one more day. Winter is back in full force on Wednesday.
All right, enjoy it while it lasts, and we will see you tomorrow.